There we go. Hey, we're live.
Sorry, we're late. We accidentally were making donuts instead of going live.
Keto
Also, we
donuts.
had some company come over
That's right.
that were visiting with us for a few minutes. But we were making some Keto Chow donuts, and they were delicious.
I'm going to put the recipe up hopefully tomorrow. I actually made it twice tonight just to make sure. Well, the first time I made it just to see how it would go because I thought it'd be a good idea to find out if it actually worked or not. And then I made it again so that I could make sure that it would, well, that I could take pictures. That's why I did it the second time. So I could take pictures so that I could put it up on the blog.
Okay.
So.
Well, we can make it again. All the flavors because it's delicious.
That's right. So the first time we made it with pumpkin spice caramel, and then we made it with, well, we're going to make it with raspberry cheesecake because the recipe that we're using is from one of our friends. I actually don't know if it's Christina Wells or Christy Davis's. It's somebody's recipe.
Somebody who's awesome.
That's right. So we were using it, and when they originally did it, they did it with the raspberry cheesecake. And so I
thought it was Christy.
I think Christy first did it, and then Christine, or is it Christine?
I think it's Christina.
Okay. She refined it. So anyway, so we were going to make it with the raspberry cheesecake, but our raspberry cheesecake isn't opened yet.
I don't see why you can't open it.
Well, because I'm trying to get through all we have a lot in the thing, and I don't want to use them all up. I don't want to have 10 of them open at the same time.
I want 10 open at the same time.
Well,
especially chocolate peanut.
Anyway, so yeah, so that's what we're making tonight. So hopefully I should be able to get that recipe up there tomorrow and stuff. So anyway, so that's what we're making tonight. So Echo, I'm posting this on Reddit now.
Okay.
Let's see. So a couple of talking points. We just like to have something in case nobody shows up, which so far nobody has.
Oh, we don't have any friends.
Well, it's a weird time, and it would have been earlier. And what's her name? Carrie Brown just finished her live too.
Did she?
Yeah.
I thought she did it on Mondays.
Well, she was doing one today.
Oh.
She was on with her friend who tested her for Lyme disease.
I did not know that.
Oh. Yep.
Guess I'll have to watch it.
Yep. Anyway.
Oh, speaking of Carrie Brown, she's doing a Patreon page. So everybody go and donate to her Patreon page because she's helping change lives.
That's right. Making ice cream recipes.
Hopefully you can hear us. I always get in trouble for not talking loud enough.
No, I'm trying to type and I can't type and listen and think at the same time.
And talk.
Yep.
At the same time.
Okay. So, a couple talking points. Somebody asked on our Keto Chow support Facebook group, any really good pancake recipes? We have a pancake recipe that uses Keto Chow for one of the ingredients. It's really quite good. But more often than not, we do a very, very simple recipe for pancakes. It's 8 ounces of cream cheese. So a brick of cream cheese along with, hey, Abigail. Hi.
Abigail.
So it's a brick of cream cheese, 8 ounces with 8 eggs. And for the most part, that's it.
Sometimes we'll add cinnamon, vanilla.
And so you can double it. It's a 1-to-1, like she was talking about. 1 ounce for 1 egg.
Our kids can make it.
Yeah,
it's so easy.
And you put it through the blender, and then you have a blender, and you pour it onto the skillet, and that's it. It's really that simple. So, yeah, that's probably the easiest one that we ever make. We do it quite often, and we'll usually do a whole bunch of whipped cream, like with our heavy cream, and then add some powdered swerve. Yeah. Because if you try to use the granulated erythritol, it doesn't work. Does not work. I should have worn my
I
"Don't Go
know.
Bacon My Heart" shirt.
Sorry.
I couldn't if I tried. Anyway, so yeah, if you do have granulated erythritol and you don't have any powdered, you can use a coffee grinder to make it powdered, and it actually works pretty well. On Amazon, they have Anthony's has granulated erythritol. It's like a 5-pound bag. Maybe it's a 2.5 pound.
That's good.
And it's the cheapest erythritol I can find. It's just pure erythritol. There's no additional stuff in there. But it only comes granulated. So if you want to use it in like whipped cream, you have to powder it because the granulated erythritol never dissolves. You'll bite into it and you'll be like crunch, crunch, crunch. It's kind of chewing on sand. So wait, my shirt's awesome or her shirt's awesome? I mean, my shirt, breakfast is what's for dinner. And
My
she's
shirt
got
has an egg. I couldn't if I fried.
And we're doing this from a webcam, so it's the right side. Okay, somebody on the Keto Chow subreddit had a question about long-term storage, ways that you can store Keto Chow for a long time. Both. There we go. You can have Keto Chow in the fridge for up to 6, sometimes even 7 days, depending on how fresh your heavy cream is. You can also, there's a guy who bought a whole bunch of plastic bottles from Uline that are just the right size for Keto Chow, and he'll do. It was a lot. It was like 40 or 50.
Really a lot.
And then he freezes them.
And he just has a whole freezer full of Keto Chow.
Yeah, and he said that they come in this box that has, I think, 16. And even after they're frozen, they still fit in the box. So he just has that in the freezer. And somebody asked, well, what do you do for as far as thawing them out? And he said, I just grab one out the night before, and the next morning it's thawed. So that way he can just do a whole bunch at the same time.
He's pretty awesome.
Yep. So somebody else on the keto subreddit asked about keto during a hurricane. It's actually like a big question that a lot of people are asking. Ken Berry did an infographic today.
Oh.
In addition to his post about September 11th, at least I think it was today, he posted that, what can you eat during a power outage? What can you eat when you're evacuating for hurricanes? If it was me, I would do the same thing that I did when I went to Boy Scout camp with my son. They had a fantastic assortment of menu items that they were going to be having available, things like spaghetti and grilled cheese sandwiches, and and it was like $5 a meal, and I was like, no way am I paying that. So I just brought a bottle of avocado oil, a bag of chocolate Keto Chow, a bottle brush, and some soap, because they had plenty of water up there, and I would just mix one up, help the boys with whatever they were doing. 5 minutes later, I would drink the Keto Chow, and then I would wash it out with the soap, leave it to dry, and it was ready for the next time. Worked out really well. And I did the same thing. We went on this 30-mile hike, and there were a couple of meals where, no, we were not going to be able to eat any of that. So we had Keto Chow, and it worked out just fine. So, yeah, I think we need to get more bottles of avocado oil for our emergency food
Everybody
storage.
gets an avocado oil bottle in their 72-hour kit.
Just in case. And we can fill up the bathtub with water, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, that'll work.
Well, they have those special bags. It's this bag that goes in your bathtub that you hook onto the thing, and it fills up with water, and it keeps it clean. Have you not seen that?
No.
Really? Oh. It's actually pretty cool. It's like, if you know that there's going to be a problem, you just fill that up, and boom, you got like 100 gallons of water. And But it's inside of a bag that's inside of your bathtub, so you can get water out and pump it.
Cool. I guess we should buy one of those.
Yeah. Where do you get your avocado oil from? Any particular brand? I see at the store that it gets a bit pricey. I found some on Amazon that is kind of reasonable, but figured I'd ask the pros. Johnny Rockets, again, he was really happy we called him out last time. So we'll do it again.
Johnny Rockets.
Johnny Rockets is kind of the one who started the whole avocado oil thing. It was about a year ago, so I'll give credit where credit is due. He likes to get the 1 gallon things of avocado oil. I think he gets the Baja Precious. If you check the recording of this that we put up on YouTube, he'll probably comment on it with the link. But yeah, the Baja Precious seems to be really good. We personally either get ours from Costco, and we get the Chosen Foods. And that one's pretty good. It's cold pressed, which means it's never heated. So you don't have to worry about any weird flavors in there. And it's a really good quality oil. And it does get kind of pricey, but it's actually almost the same price as heavy cream. But a lot less carbs. But it doesn't taste as good to me. But it's still good. And some people really like it. But we also you can get Chosen Foods at Walmart. Let's say that you go to, I don't know, one of the low-carb conferences and completely forget to bring along avocado oil.
Then you get whatever you can find.
You get whatever you can find, which is usually Chosen Foods at Walmart. So
yeah, I think that's what we got.
Yep. So anyway, yeah, Chosen Foods, Baja Precious. There's one that we get at Sam's Club every once in a while that's also, you may mostly just look to see if it's cold pressed. That's going to be the key, because if it's not, then it probably has a lot of really weird flavors in it. Sherry asked, how much fish oil should I be taking every day? Any brand you recommend, since there's so many? I do Keto Chow 3 times a day.
Ooh, Sherry, you're amazing.
Now that's the key right there. Keto Chow is designed to be nutritionally complete with pretty much everything except for the omega-3. And you actually need EPA and DHA. I think it's AHA. No, anyway. Dang it, why don't I remember that? Anyway, the one that you get from flaxseed oil isn't actually absorbed by your body. You want the EPA and DHA, which pretty much just come from animal sources. And so as far as the recommendation, we used to recommend Kirtland's enteric-coated fish oil concentrate, but they stopped selling it for whatever reason. So now, if you go on our site in the How to Prepare Keto Chow, we've got links for 2 recommendations. You can either get the, we sell a bottle of 14. You take 2 of those pills a day, and that gives you enough. That's the 14. Or there's some from Now that are also concentrated, because most fish oil pills, if you look at the actual amount of EPA and DHA, you're getting it's not very much. You would have to take anywhere from 5 to 6 of the pills a day in order to get the 1,300 milligrams that you need. So, and like Sherry said, she's doing it 3 times a day. If you're doing it 3 times a day, you do need to take the fish oil. If you're not doing Keto Chow exclusively, eat some salmon every once in a while, and that usually works really well. So, yeah.
Also, Sherry, check your iron periodically just to make sure you're not going low.
Yeah. So one of the concessions I had to make with Keto Chow was that if I put enough iron in it for women with a monthly cycle, which is 18 milligrams a day, I personally, as a male who doesn't have a monthly cycle,
weird,
I know, would start to build up a dangerous level of iron in my system. And somebody else actually pointed this out to me. I wasn't the one that discovered it, which I feel kind of bad about that. But he's like, I think it's too much iron. I'm like, no, you can have 40 milligrams a day. He's like,
a woman can.
You can. You're not supposed to go about 5 if you're a man for any extended period of time. And I researched it, and yeah, he was right. So we dropped the amount of iron. So if you are a woman and you have a monthly cycle, you might need to either take a iron supplement or eat a steak. So
I got desiccated.
Oh yeah, the
liver pills, because the iron pills. Say hi, Sammy. The iron pills that the doctor gives you or whatever, they just don't. I just don't absorb them as well.
Oh, yeah.
But that desiccated liver works really good.
Yeah.
I just got them on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you kind of went nuts when we went to KetoCon. You were buying everything with liver in it.
Yeah, because I was.
We have some liver jerky.
So and I sneak liver into the food a lot.
Yeah.
At our house.
Chicken livers.
And then I'll wait till the kids eat it and say, "Did you know you just ate liver?" They're actually, our kids are really good. You want to come be on a video with us, buddy?
And Keto Connect has their cat and dog.
Yeah, come sit with us.
Okay, so you can't play the computer right now. Okay, so the next question somebody had was about thickness. And this actually came up today. Keto Connect posted they get products in all the time. And so they did a review of different products, and they're great. They keep on mixing up Keto Chow wrong. Not enough water, guys.
Which really should just tell us that we don't have as good instructions.
It says it right on the thing. Yes, 14 ounces of water.
If they can keep messing it up, then we probably should improve our instructions.
I guess. Well, and to their defense, or I guess my defense, they did mix it up according to what was the old instructions. So 2.0 and 2.1. 2.1 mixes up thicker. And that's because of the milk protein. Just by itself, without any, we actually decrease the amount of thickeners in it, just because it mixes up thicker. And so it was actually pretty funny. Matt, he's all, "How did Nicki Minaj get in my blender bottle? Because this is so thick." And it's like, okay, it's pretty funny actually. But yeah, if it mixes up thick, add more water. It's really that simple. And you can start on the low end and add some more water, and then if it still feels too thick, add some more. And if it gets too thin, don't add that much next time. That's pretty much it. If it's too salty, you can also add more water. Or if it's too sweet, add more salt, which is what I actually need to start doing that more than I am. I often add salt to mine, but I need to add more salt.
I'm going to add salt to my next chicken soup.
No, that's true. Well, just, if you use salted butter, that helps out a lot.
Yeah. It does help a lot, because I had it without the butter and it needs more salt.
Try.
I bet the bacon grease you wouldn't need.
I need to try it with bacon grease. Anyway, Sherry Smith says, "Thanks, I'm getting my monthly butterwork and my levels are better than ever doing this full time. The fish oil I'm taking is Nature Made 1,200 milligrams with omega-3. So I'm grateful for this product because my whole life has changed for the better." That's fantastic. We love hearing that, Sherry. We're always seeking validation. At least I am. So
thank you, Sherry.
Thank you for the validation. Okay. Somebody else, this is actually pretty funny. They said that they've gotten a couple of their coworkers on keto, and specifically on Keto Chow, and now they're they're running into a problem that we run into at work, whose shakes are in the fridge.
Oh. Was that Harold?
No, it was somebody else.
Oh, he came in today.
Did he? Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah. But yeah, so if you can put masking tape on it and write your name. At our work, there was a couple times where there were like 6 or 7 in the fridge, and it was like,
we're like, I don't know whose bottle this is.
Or after you wash them out, they're sitting there on the rack, and it's like, I don't know whose that is. I think this one's mine, but so I started writing bear on on them with Sharpie, because the Sharpie wears off eventually. So yeah, masking tape.
We'll come up with a cute little tag you can stick on there.
Yep. So let's see. Shane just said, "Hey guys, I love Keto Chow. My wife and I did 2+ a day. I just checked my fish oil and they're only 300 each a day. I'll have to look more into that. Speaking of thickness, is it just me, or is the eggnog powder super fine compared to the other powders, especially chocolate peanut butter?"
We have an answer for that.
Now, so depending on, I think the eggnog. So no, it's not lessifinated.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's the thing.
You might have noticed that Keto Chow is versioned. Version 2.1.0, we were using a milk protein isolate that had lecithin in it, which is supposed to help it mix better, and it's supposed to make it less powdery. It wasn't doing a very good job at that, and we were getting it from New Jersey. which it was actually causing some supply problems getting it from that far away. And the company who was providing it to us just wasn't doing a very good job of supplying it to us. And so we wanted to use, there's a company in Idaho, which is a lot closer, and their cows are probably a lot happier. I mean, come on, let's be honest. So we wanted to use that, but theirs didn't have lecithin. And we used to think that was a big deal because it was really powdery, but then we got the stuff that was lecithinated, and it was still really powdery, and it mixed the same.
Yeah,
and
it's just the same. It's just, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and you, well, okay, you might not be able to. I know you couldn't. I could taste the difference between the two of them.
Oh yeah, I could totally taste
you
the
could?
difference.
Okay, and the one from Idaho
It tastes better.
tastes better.
Yeah, it's considerably better.
But we already had the entire order of it was like 80,000 pounds or something like that in the system, and they were already starting to send it. And so it's like, oh, okay, I guess we'll do this for 2.1.0. 2.1.1, we switched.
Everything will be the non-lecithinated stuff.
And you can tell whether you've gotten 2.1.0, which is lecithinated, and which is still good. Don't get me wrong.
It's so good.
It's still great. It's way better than 2.0
It's all what
was.
we have in our cupboard, all 10 of our flavors.
Is 2.1.0?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Except for one.
The eggnog, the cookies and cream.
Oh, yeah. Cookies and cream.
And I think those are the only two. But you can easily tell, you don't even have to open the bag.
You can squeeze it.
You squeeze it and it feels like cornstarch.
Yeah.
It kind of squeaks against itself, the powder does. That's the non-lecithinated stuff from Idaho. And if I remember correctly, eggnog got the stuff from Idaho.
And so did cookies.
And so did cookies and cream. But then there were a couple of other ones that didn't get it. All the new stuff that we're getting will be with the non-lecithinated. So, and that is why it's really powdery. With 2.0, it was using lecithinated whey protein, which sticks together in bigger clumps, and you would open up the bag and it would just be kind of clean in there. 2.1, you open it up and everything's coated in powder, and you have to tap the thing to get it clean. I'm really sorry about that, but I would rather have something that tastes absolutely fantastic and is a little bit more of a problem to mix up. So sorry, them's the breaks.
So don't blow into your Keto Chow bag.
Yeah.
In your face.
And chocolate peanut butter is a lot less powdery because of the fat.
Flour. Yeah.
To that point, that's another thing. I can check this off now. Chocolate peanut butter samples. They weren't supposed to be running them until the 19th. They actually tried to run them 2 days ago, which was cool that they ran them early. And I'm glad that they ran them when they did, because they, again, had problems running it through the machine. There's the fat from the peanut flour.
It just doesn't flow.
It just doesn't flow. It needs to flow through the machine, and it's not. So they're going to send it back, and we're going to mix it again and send it back, and hopefully third time's the charm. It's not like this costs money every time we try. It's not like it uses up packaging material or anything like that. But
it's kind of sad.
Anyway,
this peanut butter's delicious.
I placed an order for the next 2.1.2 samples.
Okay.
Speaking of versions, 2.1.1 was where we switched the protein. 2.1.2 is a really, really minor change. It adds more vitamin A. And that's because the original recipe, we were assuming people were using heavy cream, which has a lot of vitamin A, way a lot of vitamin A. With 2.1.2, we're increasing the vitamin A so that people who are using avocado oil and are doing it 3 times a day aren't going to end up with a vitamin A problem. So I guess you're welcome. And for the rest of us, it shouldn't be a problem at all. You're still going to be well within reasonable bounds. So, and Kim, oh hey, Kim Kozmos Camp. We know her. She drinks one a day.
She's amazing.
Yeah. That is Harold Lobos right there.
Harold, my friend. I saw you today. He shaved.
Yeah, he did. He did indeed. Well, he came in. Did he come in twice? Because he came in when I was there.
I was leaving.
Oh, you were leaving.
I left,
okay.
so we talked outside.
Oh, okay.
Harold's amazing. He sends all of his friends to us.
Like, seriously, a
like
lot of
10
his friends.
people.
Well, it's because everyone sees the success he's having, and they're just like, I want to eat bacon too. And
Someday he's going to bring us some salmon from Alaska.
Yep. That'd be awesome. Okay, so let's see. I got to check that off. Vanilla. By the way, vanilla is on sale right now. We have a lot of vanilla. Like, really, really a lot. So normally when we do our sale of the week, flavor of the week, we do 10% off. This one we went even deeper. We did 20% off. And vanilla is incredibly versatile. So whenever we have the flavor on sale, we always have some of it mixed up for people who come to our warehouse and want to buy stuff, in person. And a lot of people are kind of, hi, Ruth.
You can come say hi for a sec, buddy.
A lot of people are kind of like, oh, vanilla, and then they try it and they're like, wow, that's
Shake your head. Say
nice
hi
cat
to the
ears.
camera. This is Ruth.
Yeah. But a lot of people, they try the vanilla and they're like, that's actually really good. And the cool thing is you can add additional stuff to it. It can serve as a base.
Your sugar-free Sharani syrup, your sugar-free Jello pudding.
Oh, yeah.
Let's make donuts with it.
With vanilla?
And put some blueberries or something in it.
Yeah, we could do that.
Raspberries.
You can make mug cakes with it, too. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, honey.
Anyway, so, vanilla is on sale. Yeah, 20% off. It ends up being like $51.40 for the 21 meal pack. Don't try to order the subscription if you want to get the discount.
Yeah, I won't give you the discount for a subscription.
Yeah, the subscriptions live in their own little world that doesn't know about any discounts, any additional discounts or anything else. I mean, you get 5% off for doing a subscription, but it doesn't know about the flavor of the week or anything like that. So anyway, yeah, there you go. And also with the subscription, if you want to change flavors, you have to cancel the subscription and make a new subscription. It's not the best user interface, but
we're working on it.
We are actually working on it. Dang it, I forgot to email Dustin.
There's Ruth standing there.
Hey,
I can see you all the way in the background.
Okay. The only other thing I had written down for stuff that we needed to cover, because this is going kind of long. Is it really 28 minutes?
Wow.
Was I have to look at it again. Oh, we're doing our giveaway. It started.
Yesterday.
Did it start yesterday or did it? Oh, today's Tuesday.
It started yesterday. So sign up for the giveaway.
Why does it feel like Thursday already?
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. And I got a good night's sleep last night, too.
Sign up for the giveaway. Tell all your friends to sign up for the giveaway.
So we're doing it with Fox Hills Kitchen.
And Alterna Sweets.
Yeah, and Fox Hills Kitchen makes really amazing bread. They were at Keto Fest 2 years ago.
Both years there at KetoCon, both years.
That Keto Fest, that was like the first time I'd had a grilled cheese sandwich in a long
in a couple of years.
time.
Yeah.
And they make their stuff with psyllium husk and a few other things.
Well, they really go through a lot of process, like the rising process and stuff. It does rise. It just has a lot of process to do it. I haven't tasted anything like it, and it's really good. And the ladies that make it are wonderful. And
yeah, it is. It's shipped frozen, and you have to put it immediately into your freezer or use it. Yeah, there's no preservatives. So. But anyway, we're doing a giveaway with them, and we're doing a giveaway with Alterna Sweets. We first met them at Keto Con, and they were just handing out bottles of ketchup, which was kind of funny. Yeah. They were actually in Jimmy Moore's booth, but they went across the street. So right by Keto Con, there's which Blacks is it? Terry Blacks. There's Terry Black's Barbecue right across the street.
If you live there, you should go there and eat there right now.
Yeah, we'll wait. Anyway, so the Alternative Sweets people went across the street to this, and it's a world-class barbecue place.
Get the rib.
Yeah, they're really
Beef
good.
rib.
You can't have their pork ribs because they put a lot of stuff on it, but most of their other stuff is actually really good. Terry Blacks.
That's what
we're talking about. What is the other one? The one that's in Lubbock?
The original Blacks.
Yeah, the original Blacks. Anyway, they don't put anything on any of their stuff, but Terry Blacks does. Anyway,
Or was that the Salt Lick?
No, the Salt Lick puts stuff on theirs.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the Salt Lick I was kind of disappointed with.
I thought that was good.
Well, just that there was hardly anything we could eat. I'm like, the brisket had sugar on the outside, and
Are you sure? That was like the first place we went.
yeah, it was.
First year.
And it was out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, we drove far away.
Yeah, and then we went to. No, that was Black's. We went to Black's Barbecue, which was in Lubbock, and they have one in Austin as well. But anyway, they just put salt and pepper on theirs. When I found out that, I was like, what? We ordered way too much stuff. Anyway, the Alternative Sweets lady went across the street to Black's Barbecue and said, hey, we've got this keto conference going on. People are going to be coming here to eat your stuff. Can we give you barbecue sauce for the people to have while they're eating?
Hi. Stick your head in here. Say
hello. And
I'm Audrey.
there's
I'm 16.
Haley's phone.
I'm Kate. I'm running. This one. I'm Haley.
And another one.
I'm Ruth.
Just parade them through. Anyway, so yeah, they were using the Alternative Sweets barbecue sauce there in the Black's Barbecue, which was really good. What are you eating? Chalk Zero? When did we get Chalk Zero?
Don't
Hey!
We got it yesterday.
Dang it. I didn't even know they were shipping now. Isn't it still summer? Or do
Chalk
they?
Zero ship.
Oh, they ship? Oh, okay.
They ship with the ice pack.
Oh, okay.
We need to talk to them.
Yeah, we do.
They're delicious.
Chalk Zero. It is pretty good stuff. Anyway,
Hey,
yeah, Alternative Sweets, great, good stuff as well. And Christy over at the, we call it King Sofa because we don't want to mispronounce it. Because if you say it too fast, and they call it the Keto Village. It has a second thing now.
Name? I didn't know that.
For some reason, she had to do it. And I asked if I was the village idiot, and she laughed. Anyway, Christy just tested the Alternative Sweets and the Stevia Sweet barbecue sauces. And if I remember correctly, neither
I want
of
to
them.
get the Stevia Sweet barbecue.
Yeah, I want to get it too. They do stuff for the 2 keto groups.
We really like the alternate sweets though.
Yeah. Yep.
Our kids like it too.
Yeah, and
We're
Miriam
gonna
likes
carry
it.
it actually.
Yeah, at our store.
Or any local people want it.
Miriam likes the spicy ketchup, which I thought was really weird because she usually doesn't like spicy, but she likes the spicy ketchup.
Yeah.
So, and we just used
the barbecue sauce. I think I like the best of all of them.
Oh, I just figured out why we didn't have any of the regular ketchup left because we used it. No, we used it to make
Tartar sauce?
no, not tartar sauce, cocktail sauce.
Yeah, we really eat shrimp at our house a lot.
Not as much bacon. I'm not sure.
Not as much as Megan.
Yeah,
Bacon.
Bacon. If you're gonna be in it, you have to be in it.
Anyway, so that's what we got. I'm really surprised there are still 9 people watching. It's amazing. Anyhow, so thanks for joining us, guys. Hopefully next time we'll do this on time. We'll probably do it next Tuesday again.
Yeah, we're gonna
it's
try
a
to
good
do it
time.
next Tuesday.
So we started this about 30 minutes late at 8 o'clock Mountain Time. We're going to try and start it at 7:30 Mountain Time.
7:30.
Yes.
What's that from?
It's from the movie Oscar.
Everybody
Sylvester
go watch
Stallone.
Oscar.
It's a
such
great
a great movie.
And one of the guys who has such an accent, Professor Poole, played by Tim Curry,
Hello.
teaching them elocution lessons. He's like, "You're meeting the Finucci brothers at 9:30. I mean 9:30." Anyway, great movie.
Go watch
Such a good
Oscar.
movie. Oscar.
Oscar.
With
Sylvester Stallone.
It's really good.
Marissa
Anyway,
Tomei.
so we're done.
We're done.
See you
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Yeah.